Hi everybody, Sid here. Welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5 Episode 58 with me. And I'm wearing my backpack student style. Well, certainly... Oh, hang on, I can't... yeah. It doesn't render properly when you're wearing it. So, yeah, last episode we went out looking for Ardite and Cobalt and had kind of mixed success. We have now got a Cobalt pick. It has been reinforced with it's been reinforced with an emerald, and it's you know, it's pretty good. It's fast. It can get faster, of course, but it's not perfect. And also, I haven't managed to find actual Ardite or enough Ardite to make something worthwhile anyway. So yeah, I'm in a bit of a quandary, and I'm just going to eat that. That's my... I've just made a couple more salads and sorted my food situation out just so we can get on this episode. Now, of course, I've been playing 1.12 and later versions of 1.7 for so long now that I've kind of forgotten some of the features of the 1.7 tinkers, and of course one of the features, if I can go, hang on a second, we need put you away, keep hold of that. That can go in there as well for now, and I've got this because that's for a reason. We'll come back to that in a moment. I just want to go and get rid of these planks. One of the things is, of course, that in 1.12 Tinker's Construct, if you use a wooden thing, a wooden hoofer, you end up with the eco thingy, eco warrior, whatever it's called. I can't remember the exact name of it, to be fair, but anyway, the ecological, that's the one. And that in itself is quite interesting, because in this version you don't. Now, I just need a little bit of that raw tire. I just wanted to check something. Someone suggested, can't you just hit those with engineer's hammer? It would appear that the answer is no, you can't. Okay. I'll leave that there now for the time being. It was just for the plates. Obviously we're going to need to make double plates and all of that stuff, make a capacitor for that. So of course in 1.7 the thing that I totally forgot is that the mending moss was OP, whereas in 1.12 it's pretty pants. So I want you, we'll take you off, put you back on. Oh, actually, boat, put you back on. No, get there eventually. We've got food, we've got knives, we've got bowls, so let's head out. So we're going to head back out again, and we're going to head over there. Past that, we're not going into the dungeon. The dungeon is still, in my opinion, dangerous. Far too dangerous for what I can cope with. However, it has been pointed out to me that carpenter's torches do not go out, so that's really useful. My plan, by the way, was actually, somebody guessed my plan, several of you guessed my plan, which was to chisel the floor so that it's unspawnable. Despite all of that, this particular dungeon over here is going to be really hard, for a great many reasons. One of the reasons is that down the middle there is a vertical drop which will pretty much kill us outright. So yeah, we don't want to fall down that, so we need to reinforce as we're going down. The other reason is, of course, this is TerraFirmaCraft. You do not you don't, what's the word, ready regenerate in TerraFirmaCraft. It's very slow regeneration is in TerraFirmaCraft. So those dungeons where they have literally hundreds of spawners on some of the levels, if you've been in a one of those roguelike dungeons before, you know what I'm talking about. There's a level down there which is like the mausoleum, and it's like these rooms with quartz blocks on the things, and half of the things have got spawners behind them and the other half don't. Absolute hell. I kid you not, they are going to be diabolical. So what we're doing over here, well, I want to take this out. Now there's a couple of things I could do. I could just go in there. Oh, he's furious. Oh, he's getting bigger. Look. Oh, man. Big. Wow, he's huge. Getting big. These are actually pretty tough, because zombies normally don't have 1,000 hit points. Anyway, that's one thing. But the other way of coping with this, of course, is this is a spawner. So, one solution... Now hopefully I can get away with doing this without falling in, because this is going to be fairly key, is to strip the top off, expose the entire thing to daylight, so if anything does spawn, it burns. And then we can expose the entire structure, work our way down. I'm really taking a chance walking on top of that, and we can ultimately turn this into some kind of mob spawner should we wish to. We have no means of moving mob spawners in this pack that I'm aware of, so we are kind of going to be restricted to making the spawner wherever it seems appropriate. So I am going to strip this dirt off, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, got the dirt off. So what's next? Well, the next thing is to break the actual blocks. Now that, hopefully, will give me... Yes, it will. I'm just going to grab that, because that's what I'm after from this particular little exercise. So what we're going to do is we are going to break this open, expose the entire structure, and we'll take it from there. I think I'll probably get some wood to do this though, because I would like something a bit more solid and over the top of me, or under my feet when I'm working. So I'll do that. That might make some kind of sense. Plus I'm close enough to home that I can just head back should I need to for any reason, so that's good too. Right, let's see, let me get rid of that and I shall be back with you in a mo. Alright, we're using gravity against the mobs. We're blocking the stairwell up using the gravity property of blocks, so that should stop anybody climbing up onto this second layer. Now I've got, as you can see down here, the majority of the stuff is in the bottom there, one with a helmet on being cocky, but for the most part they're trapped and burning up whenever I expose them to open air. So for the time being I should be good just to keep going at this, and what I'll do is that should allow me to open up down to the next layer, and then we can continue opening up and exposing the thing, but most importantly getting the mossy cobble, because the mossy cobble is what I want. And anybody who's played Tinkers in 1.7 will know exactly why I want mossy cobble, and if you haven't, well, you'll find out. But for the time being what we need to do is just get this thing cleared as best we can, and yeah, I'll be back once I've opened up the top layer of this. I've got a little bit of this left, but my thoughts are now I'm going to start clearing these out. I don't really need the things. There's some unpleasantness down there as well. I'm sure I just heard a warped zombie. making its weird warped sound. But yeah, get this, I've always got more trees, so not a problem, and they are breaking the loot down there as well, aren't they? Oh, I thought that was someone attacking me, but oh, it's getting bigger as he dies. Look, yeah, more of the same. Back in a moment. And of course, once you've got the top off, well, it doesn't matter what spawns, because it can't come up, it can't get you, so its ass is mine. Apart from him, he's doing quite well. Don't know what is how he's going to do versus where's he gone? I love the fact that this overrides the damage that these guys can take, although it does seem a little cheaty, I must admit, but there you go, such is life. Anyway, so with that done, we're now in a position to work on this top layer. There is a node just there. We can't tell anything about it because we haven't got our thermometer on us, but that's fine. I'm quite happy to live without that knowledge, because again, I am here for this stuff. That's all we're here for. I mean, the loot at the bottom will be useful, but hardly earth-shaking. Trust me, in that one, it will certainly not be awing anybody. It's quite interesting, actually, the topic of dungeon loot in Minecraft, because I don't know. I mean, obviously, I watch other YouTubers. I'm like anybody. I like to be entertained, the same as everybody else, and to that effect, it is. You know, I'll watch other people the same way that I'm sure they watch other people, and I've been watching Etho and Paws and Beef pay Minecraft Rad. And man, they moan about the loot. There's a lot of they've been doing the Twilight Forest, and for those who I've done the Twilight Forest many times, and the loot in the Twilight Forest is, to be fair, somewhat disappointing. You know, it's a fact. It's not the best loot in the world. But what you have to remember is that the loot in the Twilight Forest was developed to be the loot that you get if you play it with nothing except the Twilight Forest. It's a vanilla experience, if you like. Not vanilla, but vanilla Twilight would possibly be the right phrase. You know, the Twilight is supposed to be played on its own, and that's the way the author intended. So the loot is good if you were playing it in that vein. Needless to say, they're not. They're playing in a modded environment. They've got a whole load of extra blocks and equipment, and they're already quite OP in what they own. So the loot is appearing underwhelming, which again does not surprise me in the least. I just find it interesting that, you know, there is this concept, and it kind of backs up something I've been saying about modded gaming power creep for a long time, that the mods get more and more powerful and old ones seem less and less useful just because, you know, they are that much less powerful. I'm gonna grab these while I'm here. Whee! Bonk. Bonk. In fact, yeah, we'll just carry on working in the space, and you see, eventually what we'll get is if I can grab this. Let me just see. Damn it, missed one. Damn it, missed another. But if we can make this area light enough, then we don't have to worry about the mobs spawning down there. So we can go down and grab things to our heart's content, which is quite fun, or it's certainly going to be quite useful. Now this could be somewhat foolish, but maybe not. Maybe we get away with it, maybe we don't, who knows. Need to do the same on the other side, but once we've got these exposed to daylight, they're not going to spawn anywhere. We need to get down this way. Hello, bye bye. Ha, let me out. Don't want to get caught down there with a rogue skeleton running around. But doesn't matter, this is all disposable material, you know, we haven't really paid anything for it, so I can now continue stripping this for all of the goodies, and again I shall be back with you once I've cleared this top layer. Alright, we are into the bowels of the beast, so to speak, and what we'll do is we'll just destroy those, pick up the bits that I really want. We will check the loot while we're in here, and we will obviously make sure that there's no point putting torches down because, you know, they'll burn out. He's fine. Well, they should be fine. They better be fine. I'll be a bit disappointed if they're not fine and somehow suddenly find myself facing a Skelly Bob who should not have spawned, but that takes us to a goodly amount of mossy cobble. We're going to need it, and what we'll do is we'll check these because we've got a treasure bag. Definitely have the ender pearls. We'll definitely take the raw iron. We'll leave a bit of that behind. We'll take the bucket because I've lost mine. Take the string. We'll break that. That gives us a gold coin, and wow, 3 more gold coins. They can be used in place of nuggets, and you can smelt them in place of nuggets and melt them down to 16 whole millibuckets. So, you know, loaded. But that's not bad. The ender pearls alone are probably worth it. What we can do is jump in here and just grab a few more of these if we can. Because the one thing with mossy cobbles, it's not something you normally find in TerraFirmaCraft. It's whilst there are, I've come up, you know, there are mods like this that add them. It's not something that is normally there. So this is rare. Well, I mean, it's not rare because obviously there's lots of it in this dungeon, but it's rare enough that you don't see it every day. And you know, would have to go and hunt quite a ways for it if you were to want to go out and find it. I'm using my Tinker's pick because it just seems faster on this stuff. And yeah, we'll grab the last of this. We'll grab my table and my bag, and we're going to head back, and then we're going to see what we can do with all of this. That should make me really nervous. Far more nervous than it is making me. I'm you know, you get that feeling where you're just getting a bit blasé about things, and I mean, you realise that you're probably in danger of getting like ate alive. Yeah, that's the kind of little bit of a feeling that I'm getting right now around this area. Now, as I say, we can potentially come back and exploit this, which we almost certainly will. Because we've got a dual skeleton and zombie spawner, which will be handy for getting the old XPs. But right now, I think we got everything we wanted out of it. So we can basically head back and see what we can get up to back at the base. I should probably have kept that on as well, shouldn't I? That might have been sensible. I'm just going to hang on, we can no, we'll have rid of those and that. I don't think we really need it, and we'll head back, and yeah, world will be good and happy. See you in a moment. Alright, and we're back. So we did pretty well out of that. The real treasure, as I say, is not the stuff that you might think is the treasure. So first things first, let's have a look. What did we get out of you? Another ender pearl, some more gold. That's actually handy. That's, did we say that casts out? Oh, we can make a nugget cast. Well, we already got a nugget cast actually. 16 milli buckets, so 9 would be 140. It would be an ingot, wouldn't it? So we've actually got 2 ingots of gold there, which is pretty nice. Plus a bit. We've got those and that and the seeds, which we can pop away in there. They can go in there, and that is empty. These are just the food. We need to take that out. That was the dirt we just picked up. Again, we didn't really need to grab it, but I don't like, I really am not a fan of wasting things. I know it sounds a bit cliched and everything, but it's true. I don't like leaving the old bits and pieces behind, so I don't. simple philosophy there, I think. I just don't. Right, so we can drop you off there. We can head round here, quickly have a nom on some more, God knows whatever the salad is, and quickly sleep the night off, and then have a look at what we're going to do with this. Now I realise this is going to be an odd episode because we're not going to get a huge amount done, but what we are going to get done, I think, will be fairly transformative in nature. And I know that sounds very cliched in its own right, but there, oh hello, there you go. We need to sleep, don't we? Bam. And then we can get on. I'll milk the cows. I don't know where my bucket is. I think I made the mistake of leaving it in cow, unseal, milk. Damn it, come back here. Cow. And bang. And bucket. I'll put that somewhere, no doubt. Right, let me quickly finish that off. And get that. Trying to think what else is there here. It's just gold, and I suppose if we put you down, I don't think we need that on us, then we can actually clear an inventory slot by doing that. Righty, right. Now I hope this all works. I actually meant to get all that mossy cobble, and I did check it's supposed to work. But of course, what I don't know is if it definitely does work. So, damn you. Not Borlow moss. Mending moss. Or flax. Okay. Mending mossy cobble. Actually not working, but it's not the end of the world because we have flax, lots of flax. I am going to go and get rid of those into my block storage. How much? Well, let's just go and harvest it. I think I should have some in the chest, but this is already for harvest anyway, so we might as well. Harvest all of this. And replant. Boop. And then we'll do the other one. Actually, I don't desperately need the other one. I'll do that when we're not recording. When we're between things. Hoofers. Okay. Knife. And flax. 1, 2, 3 for now. Right, mending moss. So mending moss in 1.12 acts more like the mending enchantment. You need to get experience. Mending moss in this pack, or this version. Oh, you've got no modifiers. That's right. Okay. Mending moss in this just works if they're in daylight. Which of course means, once I've got the tool, because I'm going to put it away, that my pick should mend itself. Oh, I'll go and put that one away. What I may do is get a couple of picks going, so one can be mending while the other ones, I may do the same for a couple of tools actually, but mending itself absolutely going to be awesome. So that's a definite. I think you've got 2 modifiers remaining. Do I save that? I mean, that's a pretty good rate. That is, do I waste it or do I put it onto something? I'm going to put that on there just because we can. And you can see that the durability is currently 20 down. That one is currently, oh, that just popped up 1, so it's counting up steadily, and eventually it will heal itself, and that is brilliant. What we could really do with doing now is thinking about where we start going next. Now we're armed with a reasonably good pick that can heal itself over time. We have got this fella here, and we need to still get into some of the battery, so we can have a look at, we've got the, what did we have? I'm trying to remember. We've got power cells, I thought. Technical block, no, not going to help me. Not going to help, not going to help, not going to help. So let's have a look at capacitor then. So we've got the basic capacitor, which was what we were going for, but we need a gold for that, and that's where we were shy, and we have got a gold mine, so we can go and sort those out. Whereas the LV capacitor requires all sorts of fun and games just to get to there, and it only stores 100,000 RF, that stores 1,000,000 RF. So that's got to be where we go. We've got the redstone, we can get the wrought iron, we can get copper, and we can, well, all of this we can get. It's just a matter of getting it. Once we've got that, bring a copper wire out of this, bring it down, and then we go and make the the alloy smelter from immersive engineering, Ender IO, and that gives us steel a lot easier than faffing around with it this way over here. Pig iron, and then in the old thing. Yeah. Let me see just how long I've been recording, and we'll probably, well, I'll be back in a moment once I've seen how much we've recorded. Back in a second. Okay, yeah, we're just coming up on 30 minutes, so given my usual tendency to overrun, I'm going to underrun. I have got another surface ardite over that was where our other one is. We've got another surface ardite 1,500 meters that way. There's another one over kind of that way, 2,500 meters, which I've not got turned on. We probably want to go and grab those at some point. The pick has already healed itself, the bow has already healed itself, just waiting on that. That will take literally no time at all. It's only got 13 durability to go, so pretty damn good. And it's still got 3 modifiers remaining, which means we can sharpen that up to Kingdom Come really with the if we can get some quartz. Next episode, I think we're going to have to do some more resource gathering, whether it is gold and copper to get the power. I think that's kind of the direction I think we should push, just to keep pushing at the power and the technology. The main reason, as I say, for that is the alloy smelter, which can make the steel, if I remember, or pig iron at the very least. Pig iron from TerraFirmaCraft can be made in the alloy smelter with a wrought iron ingot, flux, and coal powder, and that will give us pig iron. Wrought iron itself can be obviously got by smelting if we have a thing. Actually, that's a thought. I wonder whether I can get a chest. Yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm muttering to myself here. So there's a whole host of ways, but that alloy smelter I think is the first powered tool we want, because that will give us steel a lot easier. Yeah, I'm just going to go and clarify that does not work. Yes, it does not work. I mean, it would be obviously too powerful if it did, and I know if we look at furnace, there is no there's no recipe for those at all. Slab furnace, no. Alchemical furnace, obviously it's the Thaumcraft thing, and then the blast furnace. So we are going to have to try and find the furnace. Apparently, and I do know you can get them in the roguelikes, but that's a hell of a job for a furnace. Hell of a job. But anyway, we have self-repairing tools, and we have the ability to make more, which means I can make the felling axe once we've got the materials. But we really do need to get out on a material gathering run, so we also need to consider that we are in early autumn, so we may need to harvest all of this lot before it's too late and it all goes off. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.